Hey guys, today's video is sponsored by MeUndies, the most comfortable undergarments on the market. MeUndies is an underwear and basics company inspiring confidence and comfort for every body type, specializing in both men's and women's underwear and also other product offerings such as bralettes, socks, tees, and lounge pants. At the end of the day, they're here to make you feel good. Seriously. Because when you feel good, you can do anything. Make a statement, make a difference, make nice, make it while you fake it, make a move, make some noise, it's up to you. Whether you're trying to win that sweaty Fortnite match, grinding that dungeon for that fat loot, or heading to a business meeting, do it with pure comfort. Be sure to check the link in the description for 15% off your first order, and also navigate over to the live stream for weekly chances at winning a free pair. Have a great day and enjoy the video.
Welcome back everyone, it's Gorlane here bringing you another Neverwinter video. In today's video we are going to be going over how to obtain the Sunset weapon set as well as the restoration process and where to get the reagents to restore that weapon set. So join me as we journey into the greatest mod ever, Mod 14 Ravenloft and the Sunset weapon set. Alright guys, and the first step is once you go ahead and finish the tutorial for Ravenloft, Esmeralda is actually going to give you one more final quest. So go ahead and talk to Esmeralda, and what you're looking for is the Devil's Due. Now this is going to reward you with the Doll Sunset set, and to complete this you have to finish your Castle Ravenloft for the very first time. So to even get the unrestored versions of the Sunset set, you have to complete Castle Ravenloft at least once, and then you'll turn this quest in and you will be rewarded the unrestored versions. Alright guys, once you have finished your very first Castle Ravenloft and you have turned that quest in, you're then going to have the Doll Sunset weapon set in your inventory. Now you're going to have to go through the restoration process if you so choose. A lot of people are going to bypass this weapon set altogether. However, if you want to be a super sweaty tryhard and restore this, it does pretty much only work in Castle Ravenloft. So by the time you've farmed enough reagents to actually get this restored, you're going to be pretty sick of doing Castle Ravenloft. Let's go ahead and click on it. If we go to the restoration process here, let's look at the reagents. So for the weapon, you're going to need 45 Barovian Nightcrawlers. You're going to need 10 Sunset Shards. You're going to need 5 Moss. You're going to need 5 Winchwood. And then you're also going to need 3,000 Barovian Coins. And that's to restore your weapon. Now for the offhand, you're going to need 30 Bavarian Nightcrawler, 7 Shards, 4 Moss, 4 Winchwood, and 2.5k Bavarian Coins. Now that brings the grand total that you're going to need for the total reagents for the Sunset weapon set. You're going to need 75 of the Nightcrawlers. You're going to need 9 Moss. You're going to need 9 Wormwood. And then you're going to need 17 Shards total. And then you're also going to need 7,500 of the campaign coins as well. Now most of this stuff isn't very hard. I'm going to show you guys where to get each and every of the reagents. The easiest of course, is going to be the campaign currency. the Barovian coins, it does not take very long to accumulate those. Now, as far as the Bavarian Nightcrawlers, I'm not going to add it in the video. All you have to do is simply do heroics in the map. Run around, farm a bunch of heroics, and the Nightcrawlers have a chance to, be rewarded from opening your heroics. The Sunset Shards is probably the hardest to obtain. These actually only drop in Castle Ravenloft from the final boss. They have a pretty low drop rate. You need 17 of them total, so good luck farming those. It's all based on RNG. Next, I'll go into the moss, and then finally I'll show you the winchwood. So for the moss, you simply just want to navigate over to the Ravenloft campaign store, and if it is available to you, it will show up. Now, I've heard this is strictly RNG and you can get multiple ones of these a week. I've heard rumors that you can only get one every 3 days. I've heard rumors you can only get one a week. From my own testing, it seems to be RNG. They will just randomly come up, so you need to check your campaign store continuously, non-stop, until you can accumulate all 9 mosses that you need. Alright guys, and for the Wormwood, you're going to be looking for the random merchants that spawn throughout the map. Now there's only 3 locations for them, and they only spawn during the daylight hours. So you're going to have to run around the map during the daylight hours and try to find the merchant if it spawns. So on your screen right now, I have all 3 locations mapped out for you. And you're going to be looking for the Wormwood. Now the Wormwood, you can only get 1 per week. So once you get your Wormwood for the week, you will no longer have to search this guy out. Which also means you need a total of 9 weeks at the very least to restore these weapons. You need 9 total Wormwood, so 9 weeks worth of farming this guy. Now, he's not too hard to find. Like I said, on your screen, you're going to see me running to each location. Typically, I like to wait until the meter fills all the way to the yellow, or for the daylight, which would be around noon. And then simply go to all 3 locations and see where he is up. Sometimes he won't spawn, sometimes he will. It's better to do this in a group, that way you can have 3 people stand in all 3 locations, and then when and if he spawns, simply navigate over to your teammate where the merchant has spawned. So, like I said, just to clarify, you can only get 1 of these a week. You need 9 of them total, and the merchant will randomly spawn in 1 of 3 locations. Alright guys, and to conclude the video, once you do gather all of the reagents, like I said, at the very least, it is going to take you 9 weeks to accumulate all that stuff. Once you go ahead and restore your weapons, that's going to be completely up to you if you do want to use them. If we do take a moment and inspect them and show you guys the bonus, your damage and healing are increased by 5%. While in Barovia, your damage resistance and run speed are also increased by 5%. While in Barovia during Nightfall, your damage resistance, healing, and run speed are all increased by 10%. Now, theoretically, as we know, tooltips are usually misleading. Now, these weapons in particular are pretty much best in slot for DPS characters, only for Castle Ravenloft, guys. Let me clarify. These weapons are only good for DPS in Castle Ravenloft. Why? Because Castle Ravenloft 1 is in Barovia, and 2, the dungeon takes part at night. So the tooltip doesn't suggest this, but these weapons actually give a total of 15% when you're in Castle Ravenloft. So, like I said, on DPS, they're going to be considered best in slot only for 1 dungeon. If you want to take all that time to gather all those reagents and waste the refinement points for 1 dungeon, that is completely up to the player. That's completely up to the individual. Keep in mind, moving along, mod 15, supposedly we're not getting a dungeon. So you might find yourself farming Castle Ravenloft more than you would have anticipated normally. So if you're a DPS and you want to be a super sweaty tryhard, this weapon set is going to be considered best in slot because it does give you 15%, whereas any other previous weapon set is only giving you 10%. But like I said, let me clarify one last time. The Sunset weapon set is best in slot for DPS only in Castle Ravenloft. So like I said, guys, if you want to, spend the time to get the reagents and then spend the refinement points to level it up for one and only dungeon, that's completely up to you. It doesn't make sense to me personally why the developers would put these weapons in the game, because you have to farm one of the reagents from the last boss in the dungeon. Well, if you're already adequately running through the dungeon, what the hell is the point of then making the weapon set to run faster, I guess? I mean, you can only run the dungeon so fast. You can't skip the cutscenes. If you run into any of the bugs that are in the dungeon, I mean, you simply just can't cut down the time too much. So if you're already efficiently running the dungeon, I don't see the point in then going beyond and getting that 5% extra DPS. I don't see the point. However, if you want to do it, like I said, that's up to the individual. That is going to wrap it up for the video, guys. Hopefully you do enjoy it. Make sure to leave me a comment below if you have any questions regarding the Mod 14 weapon set, and I will see you guys in the next one.